Hey, welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray. Glad you're here in a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. And I hope you are feeling well. I hope you're feeling spry today. Thanks for being here today. As you can see, I'm not in my regular studios, but I'm in San Diego today at an event for a client, speaking and sharing some things with them. And so I wanted to be here today. The time is now, just so you know, 4:30 in the morning on the Pacific Coast time. And I said, let me bring the rundown with Ramon at the disciplined time. I want to try to bring it at 7:30 a.m. EST daily if I can. So I'm glad you're here today. We got a lot to cover today. One, talking about me playing some digital games to bring some agility to my mind. I'm going to share with you a game I played on LinkedIn, a headline in the Wall Street Journal. Social media creates flabby young brains. This is not new. We know this, but I want to highlight this. European airports work to restore service after a cyber attack disruption. So reminders to you about the importance of securing your business. I know I've said it once. I've said it again. I'm going to keep saying it. We covered this on zoneofgenius.com. 5 habits worth doing for a long time. Cody Sanchez talks about this, the importance of habits. And Meta, Facebook, is opening up a retail shop for glasses. Again, that's not new, but I wanted to touch on that. So welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today. And hey, Ayanna of the Musical Web, glad you're here. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. It's 7:30 for you. I think you're on the East Coast, and it's 4:30 in the morning for me. So welcome and sit back, relax, Ayanna. So glad you're here. I need to get like a Rundown with Ramon cup or shirt or bag or something for you, Ayanna, to say thanks for you showing up and being such an amazing listener to the Rundown with Ramon. And I think you can hear me well, Ayanna, right? I'm going through my headphones, so I hope that is coming through loud and clear. So we got a lot to cover today. This episode of the Rundown with Ramon is brought to you by Bitdefender. You lock the doors of your house, click, click. You lock the doors of your car, boop, boop. Are you locking the doors of your digital business and making sure your small business and your larger business, for that matter, are secure? Check this out from our friends at Bitdefender.
It starts with something small. An email, a phone call, a fake invoice. It looks real. It sounds urgent. One wrong move, and your business pays the price. Small businesses are easy targets for cyber criminals. With Bitdefender, they lose every time. Enjoy unstoppable security and real peace of mind so you can fight for success, not against cyber threats. Real-time protection, zero stress. Get Bitdefender today.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Listen, crossword puzzles have been in the New York Times and in newspapers and things for years. Of course, you can get crossword puzzle books and what is it called? Sudoku, I think it is, and all those kind of games. I've never been a game player. I'm not talking about fighting games and video games. I'm talking about games that work your brain where you have to do some sort of mental agility. I've never been a fan of those, but as I'm getting older, I'm like, you know what? I need to do something to focus my brain, to stimulate my brain, and to increase its memory and things of this nature, because our brain is a muscle. Just like our hands get weaker, our legs get weaker, knees get weaker. Well, our brains get weaker too. And so I started playing games. I played a New York Times game. I forgot what it was called. See, but I played a game. And then LinkedIn just this morning fed me a game. And I said, let me try it out. And I played it. So my encouragement for you all, as we're getting older, and even if you're not older, should you start to play some of these mental agility games to make your to make your mind fresher and snappier, so you can just live better? So I tried out one. You can see it on the thing there. And this was a little game where I had to put numbers, connect numbers in a certain order. And for example, I went this way and 1, 2, 3, 4, but then I was stuck. How do I connect 5? What was the simple answer? I should have went the other way when I connected the numbers. So these are simple things we can all do, simple things we can decide to do, simple things we can choose to do to make sure that our brain, which is a muscle, stays agile, stays alert, stays as fresh it can be, as much time that God gives us. So I'm proud of my little score there. I took longer than I wanted. I had to give a hint, but the fact is I had the discipline to get it done. And my question to you is it time for you to start disciplining yourself and to play some video games, or excuse me, I keep saying video games, to play some mind teaser games, I guess it's called. And I'm looking here at the game. one-day win streak. So I encourage you to play it over and over again. They have a scoreboard, leaderboard, and things of this nature. 30% of new players couldn't solve the puzzle, it says. Well, I solved it in 1 minute and 37 seconds. But in fairness, I had to get help. I had to get a hint, so I can't take that full win. But I'm looking at the games they have there. This is, I think, called Zip. This is a game called Zip, I believe it is, where it connects it. And so also you can see friends of yours who are playing the game too. So, hey, I think I'm going to play this on a regular basis. New York Times has games they have, but you have to pay for them. And I don't think it's just worth for me to subscribe to and pay for it. But if LinkedIn can keep offering these games for free, I may just do it. So I'm curious, do you play any online brain teaser type games? And have you found them helpful for your mental agility? Again, welcome to a brand new edition of The Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, how social media creates flabby young brains. This is in the Wall Street Journal, kind of a secondary post to what I just said about leveraging the power of social media, yes, in our businesses, but is it making our brains weaker? Reports the Wall Street Journal. Here it says here, such effects are most conspicuous in digital natives, those who grew up with smartphones and social media. The meme Gen Z starter went viral on TikTok this summer, a reference to young people who seem to struggle to connect with older coworkers and customers. This particular episode, this particular segment right here, you may think, Ramon, what does this have to do with our businesses, with growing our businesses? Well, in a way, it does, because it's important not just to be online, not just to scroll online, not just to market our businesses with reels and short form video and blogging content, leveraging the power of AI. All these things are good. But yesterday I was at a reception for a client that I'm here with in San Diego. Was I able to show appreciation to them? Was I able to thank them? Was I able to have a conversation with them? Was I able to share in a quick laugh? Was I able to shake their hand? Was I able to look them in the eye? These are things that are of importance as well to building businesses, to living a better life, to living in this civil society of humankind we're at. And for our young people, yes, as parents, we need to help our young people develop to be better humans, but also for ourselves. Is our head always in our phone? Is our head always in our computer? I was recently in San Diego, recently in the San Francisco area visiting my daughter who had a baby a few days ago. And I was outside enjoying the backyard. This is a beautifully landscaped backyard. And I was thinking, Ramon, I should leave my phone inside so I'm not scrolling. You know how hard it was for me not to be on my phone even for 30 minutes to enjoy the outside. So this is not just a young person issue, but us grown folk as well. Our brains getting flabby because we're leveraging or we're on social media, we're on the digital platforms too much, and just our heads are on a screen and not enough making connections to other people and having stimulating conversations and making human connectivity. The Wall Street Journal article says social media and video games are ultra processed foods for young brains. Too much leads to flabby and underdeveloped minds. Of course, those of us who are 30 years old, 50 years old, 70 years old, our brains are very much developed. But I would dare say, even as entrepreneurs, even as business owners, it's very important that we exercise our brains. Hence the previous segment I said about using the New York Times games or LinkedIn games. This is important. I'm thinking about this myself. I'm 52 years old and I'm like, you know what? I need to get off so much of the digital technology and leverage more in-person experiences, and or if I am going to use computers, play a game that strengthens my mind. Maybe I should read books more. And I do quite a bit of reading, but I haven't read as much as I should. I'd rather click on Amazon Prime Video or Netflix Video or something like this and watch it than read a book on a plane or sleep. So this is important that we as business owners, it is our responsibility to exercise our brain. Brian Hess, good morning. Glad you're here today, man. You made my day, Brian Hess. Thanks for being here on the Rundown with Ramon, my brother from the great state of Pittsburgh. I know Pittsburgh is not a state. So this is important to exercise our minds, exercise our brains. We can't just be scrolling on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter. These are tools we should use. But man, that human connection, And I'm thinking about this just right here where I'm at in San Diego with my client. Being able to smile and say hello and connect with people is an important asset. So important. And Brian's in New Orleans. All right, Brian, getting around there doing his thing. Love how you serve and soar. Blessings to your family, man. Glad you're here today. So, this is important to keep in mind, not just for our young people, but for us. The more and more we're on social media, the more and more we're on the streams, the less and less and less our brains are going to be agile. So I want us all to keep that in mind. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, European airports work to restore service after cyber attacks disruption. Now, cyber attacks are going to have cybersecurity is a real thing. Hackers are always going to be want to attacking our networks. Here's the question, here's the thought, here's the insight. Do not let them. I've been telling you over and over and over again that cyber crime is real. It's not just for the big businesses. It's not just criminals going after big businesses. No, criminals want to go after small businesses. And here's the thing, cyber criminals are an equal opportunity attacker. Sometimes there are attacks indeed that are specifically targeting companies, targeting things. As Willie Horton, I think, is known as saying, we go after the banks because that's where the money is. Yeah, that's for sure. But also, there's ways they can do with one click and scan all networks for vulnerability. Say, hey, go to millions of IP addresses and see which ones have this weakness or that weakness, and then they can go on the weakest link. My admonition to you today, make sure that your small business is not the weakest link. And again, check out bitdefender.com/Ramon, bitdefender.com/Ramon to make sure you have the right security solutions installed for your business. I hope you're not tired of hearing me say it, but cybercrime is a real thing, and I want to make sure you're protected. Again, welcome to today's edition of The Rundown with Ramon. Happy to be getting less agile with you here this morning. No, The Rundown with Ramon, Brian Hess, is going to make you more agile. That's the best show you should watch besides the Brian Hess show, where I'll never forget leaving your show and getting a nice little picture of us on the show. It almost made me cry. It's funny enough that who's the guy who has Diary of a CEO? Jimmy Kimmel, I think, was on his show, one of the comedians, and he was saying that when he left Stephen Bartlett, when he left Diary of a CEO, he got this photograph and et cetera in his hand as well, and it meant so much to him. Everybody, making a human connection is so important, and how you can add value in the world. Again, welcome to The Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray. You can get to know me better at zoneofgenius.com. If you're looking for an amazing speaker or host for your next event, definitely hit me up, Ramon at ramonray.com, or just go to ramonray.com and let me know how I can serve you. Karen Isaacs is here. Karen, I'm glad you're here, shouting out that she loves her work with Microsoft has saved her a few times. Love that, Karen Isaacs, aging icon you are. Glad you're here today. Next up, ding, 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 ding. Cody Sanchez, who I've been on stage with a few times, talks about the power of habits. Habits are so important. Somebody asked me yesterday, Ramon, what are your daily habits? I do about 5 things every morning. I do my workouts, which consist of push-ups and stretches. Those 2 things I do. Oftentimes a power walk, but pretty much non-negotiable is a power walk, is stretching and push-ups. Number 2, drink a glass of water. Number 3, cup of Cafe Bustelo. Number 4, my devotions, Bible reading, prayer. These are 4 non-negotiable things, depending on how you break it up, that I do every single morning. What is your daily habit? What is your morning habit? What do you do to start your day? As Glenn Lundy, my mentor and friend, says, as he says, how you start your day will make a dramatic impact in how your entire day goes. And even here, what I'm doing is disciplined. I'm here in San Diego. I woke up at 3:30 a.m. this morning to prep for this show so I could serve you. So it's a matter of being disciplined. It's a matter of when to go to bed so you can do the things you want to do, the things that are important to you. You're enjoying Rundown with Ramon, and I enjoyed waking up and delivering it. So, what are the habits that Cody Sanchez, if you know Cody Sanchez, if you're hearing the sound of my voice, do me a favor, tag her on a social platform, on LinkedIn, tag her, Twitter, tag her, Instagram, tag her, take a screenshot of this and let her know Ramon Ray's talking about her. Here's what Cody Sanchez says, and again, we have all these insights at zoneofgenius.com. You can go there right now. If you go to zoneofgenius.com and just search on 5 habits, and you can see the insights from Cody Sanchez. She says these 5 things. 1, taking risks is absolutely essential for growth and resilience. It is important. I've taken risk after risk after risk my entire life. especially as an adult building my business. And this is the only path to growth. Yes, it's important to be some sense of safety and security, especially for your life and limb and your family. But man, if you can't say, let me try this and I may lose the 10,000, but let's see if the return will get me back 100,000, it may be worth it taking that risk. I've risked things doing the events I do and more. So Cody Sanchez says, taking risk is important. That's the path to positive entrepreneurship. Number two, selling is not an occasional task, it's a daily habit. Every single day, you should be selling. Number three, early mornings create focus and momentum. Waking up early in the morning. This doesn't mean you can't be the proverbial night owl, but I find that being an early riser sets your day up for success. Cody Sanchez says number four here, cutting distractions is as important as pursuing new opportunities. We live in such a distracted world, but the more and more we can cut free and be distraction free, the more successful we will be. Integrity, doing what you say, builds trust and long term wins. Integrity is so important. Being a person of our word is so important. This is one of the core values in our company. Everybody, my day has gotten 1,000% better. Dr. Janie Lacey is in the house, one of my favorite humans in the world. I've learned so much from her, especially when we were hanging out together on the BWC platform. Her insights and wisdom are amazing. Dr. Janie Lacey, God bless you and your family. Love seeing how you're soaring and providing all the psychotherapy, human connection, human relations, psychology stuff that you do all over on all the big platforms, Dr. Janie, and thanks for being my friend. So this is important to consider, important to think about. What are the habits? How are you starting your day? What are the things you're doing to discipline yourself? What are the things you're doing to build in success roadmaps, to build it in? Success has a bit of luck to it. But I'm a firm believer that we can make our own luck. I'm a firm believer that part of that luck, it's really not luck like random luck. It's really about disciplining ourselves to be at the right place at the right time and etc. This is what I find is the secret to success as I look on the stage this morning with my friends Dr. Janie Lacey, Brian Hess, Karen Isaacs, Ayanna, and so many others who join here, the Rundown with Ramon live and who join afterwards. It's not that we live in a random world. No, we have the habits and the luck, as it were, that we create, the strategies we create to live the lives we want by God's grace. That's my encouragement with you today. What are the habits that you're doing? Ding, 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 ding. Again, glad you're here at the Rundown with Ramon. Our last point of the day here, Meta, which owns Facebook, is coming out with retail stores for their Ray-Ban smart glasses. What are they called again here? These, Ray-Ban display smart glasses. I don't have one yet. I'm tempted to buy it, the geek in me. But there's two things that I'm not doing with technology. One, I like my old-fashioned watch. I just like how it looks. And I'm thinking, can I hold on to this old-fashioned watch as opposed to getting an iPhone or other smartwatch just to kind of not give into tech fully? And so with the glasses, the same thing. I'm wondering, is that too much? If I get the Meta Ray-Ban display smart glasses, this means I'm going to have tech in front of me all the time. And I wonder, for Ramon Ray, is that too much? Now, if I buy it, I may buy it to check it out and experiment with it to tell you all about it, but I don't know if it's too much for me. And I'd like to know what you think. Alexandra Nicole, what do you say, Alexandra? Are you going to buy some Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses? At least, are you thinking about it? Would you get them? I'm betting 60% chance you probably already have an iPhone smartwatch. I'm wondering, Alexandria, Dr. Janie, or Brian, or Karen, others who are here, Ayanna, do you think the Ray-Ban glasses are for you? Will you consider them? I know my friend Scott Simons has a pair, but I don't see them on him all the time. He has them, but I'm not sure if he wears them all the time. So it's something to consider. Again, this all goes back to the rubric that the technology we use, the technology we don't use, is a choice for us to do. We do not have to use these technologies. We can decide what we'll do with them and how we'll use them and how we will or how we won't use them. It's a choice each of us get to make. I want to tell you one more story. Yesterday, I was in an Uber coming here. I'm in San Diego for an event with a client. I'll be speaking later this morning. His name was Femi. He's from Nigeria. And we were in about a 40-minute cab ride, and he was saying, Ramon, I don't know what business I want to be. And we were talking, he was asking me about myself. He has a doctorate, he has an MBA, he's a smart guy, and he's a little frustrated and struggling with where he wants to be or what he wants to do. And I broke down the science of business to him, gave him my card for him to reach out to me. And so, a side note, my point is there's many people who are going in life and are wondering what should they do. They're frustrated, but I encouraged them and said, Femi, don't be frustrated with yourself. You're only 40 something years old. You have so much life ahead of you. I'm 52 and I feel frustrated at times, but in the context of this conversation, excited about the opportunities ahead of me. And I encourage them, if you're going to start a business, there's a few fundamental things to be successful in business. I'm not going to unpack it now. But going back to my discussion of the Ray-Ban sunglasses, love it. Ayanna has, her brother gave her a pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses. Okay, so we got some people doing it. And Dr. Janie Lacey says she's open to trying them out. Yeah, Dr. Janie, that's what I'm saying too. I'd try them out. But at this stage, I don't know if I'd wear, because I wear glasses, all the time. I'm a glasses wearer. I don't know if I'd have them as my main glasses. For me, I think it's a bit too much input for me because that means I'd be 24/7 with access to technology. It's enough I have my phone, with me. But then having the glasses on me, I'm not so sure. Everybody, I'm glad you're here today. We've been going for almost a half an hour. This is a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. Well, I will try by God's grace to be disciplined to have this show every day, Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I enjoy doing it. Here I'm 3 hours behind on the West Coast, so I had to wake up early morning to deliver this great insight to you. But who knows, if I'm on a bigger time zone, it may be a little more challenging. But for the foreseeable future, the Rundown with Ramon show is back, and I'm glad you're here today. This episode brought to you by Bitdefender, encouraging you to have your business be secure. Do me a favor, if you're enjoying this show, check out my sponsor. Go to bitdefender.com/Ramon, bitdefender.com/Ramon, and check out this 30-second spot from Bitdefender before we get ready to wrap up.
Running a business is tough. Cyber threats make it even tougher. Phishing scams, ransomware, one click can cost you everything. Bitdefender stops threats before they strike. No IT skills needed. Bitdefender, your go-to cybersecurity partner. Easy to use, impossible to outsmart. Just security that thinks ahead. You run the business. We stop the threats. Get Bitdefender today. Trusted. Always.
All right. Thanks for being here again. This is another special edition of the Rundown with Ramon, reminding you success in life and success in business is not that difficult to achieve. This doesn't mean the path is going to be easy. This doesn't mean things won't be difficult, but the recipe for the potential for success, the opportunity that we all have for life or business is not that hard. It's pretty much the same way. Dr. Janie Lacey has the same challenges that Alexandria Nicole has the same challenges in some ways that Brian has, that Karen Isaacs in some ways has as well. And it's about being a nice person, being smart, reading the room, adding value, smiling, saying hello, keeping your word, keeping your promise. See how you can add value to others. That's been my recipe for success in life. From simple interactions and Ubers to more, just being available, being interesting and interested in other people. Just being a good person, keeping your word, not being a jerk, being an honest person, these basic things that your mama probably told you. Letting go of the past, by the way, letting go of the past and making a decision. I will be the thermometer in the room. I will be the thermostat in the room. I will be the thermostat in the room. I will change the temperature of the environments I'm around, and I won't just be the thermometer receiving and let people change me. This is the secret for life success. As you all know, Alexandria Nicole affirms that. This is what it takes. It doesn't take much more than that. And along the way, you pick up people on your sojourn or travel who join you along the way. Alexandria is one of them, and Dr. Janie and Ayanna, the musical web, and Brian Hess and Karen Isaacs, and so many others who watch this show afterwards when it's not live. Me being here today in San Diego, this is just showing up and adding value. And I could go on and on and on. Listen, be blessed. Be well. Thanks for showing up here. That's right. Come on, Alexandria. You know that. Be the thermostat, not the thermometer. That's the way to success in life. I refuse, by God's grace, to let other people impact my day. I refuse to let other people tell me how I can or cannot do or can or cannot think or how I have to show up. I refuse. Thanks for being here. Be blessed. And you know what? This is the Rundown with Ramon. All right, I believe I will be here tomorrow. Let me see, my plane lands. When does my plane land tomorrow? I hope I can land on time to be here for the Rundown with Ramon. Yeah, it looks like I land on time-ish. We'll see if I can get home in time to do the show, but I want to do it, so hopefully we'll make that happen. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you, and be blessed. And